On Friday, May 8, Days of Our Lives pulls Salem into a day where nothing feels certain and every conversation could carry a hidden warning. What begins as a formal gathering may quickly turn into something much more dangerous. Old tensions rise, quiet secrets move closer to the surface, and one unexpected move could change the direction of everything. So Friday may not simply close the week. It may be the episode that leaves Salem with more questions than answers. Let's break it down. Friday begins with E.J. DiMera preparing for Stefano's will reading, and for E.J., preparation is never just administrative. It is strategic. He likely wants the room controlled before the first document is even opened. Tony and Anna are back in Salem. Theo is stepping into the pressure of serving as executor. Chad is trying to keep the family steady. Kristen is already carrying her own storm. And Gabby may be waiting for the perfect moment to make her move. That means EJ is not walking into a simple legal meeting. He is walking into a room full of history. Stefano's name alone changes the atmosphere. His will is not just about who receives money or property. It could become one final test of loyalty, power, and family hierarchy. A single unexpected clause could make someone feel rewarded. A missing name could feel like an insult. One final message from Stefano could reopen old wounds that the family never truly healed. That is why EJ may be more vulnerable than he wants anyone to see. He may believe he has prepared for every possibility, but Stefano's legacy has always been built on surprises. And the people entering that room are not neutral. Each one carries an agenda, a fear, or an old grievance. EJ may be focused on protecting the DiMera image. But Gabby may be focused on forcing recognition. Theo may be focused on surviving his role as executor. Kristen may be focused on hiding what she cannot afford to expose. And that is where EJ's control begins to weaken. He can arrange the room. He can prepare the papers. He can try to manage the tone. But he cannot control what people bring into that room emotionally. If Stefano left one last shock behind, or if Gabby decides to interrupt with a claim of her own, EJ's carefully managed event could become chaos before the will reading truly begins. The most explosive disruption on Friday may come from Gabby Hernandez making a bold claim. And if that claim involves Stefan, the forged divorce documents, and her status as his widow, then Gabby could completely change the stakes of Stefano's will reading. Until now, the DiMeras may prefer to treat Gabby as someone outside the family, someone emotional, inconvenient, and easy to dismiss. But if she can prove her divorce from Stefan was never legitimate, then her position changes instantly. She is not simply Stefan's former love. She is not just a woman with unfinished grief. She may be Stefan's legal widow. And that gives her claim teeth. For Gabby, this would not only be about inheritance. It would be about being erased. If someone forged documents to cut her out, then she may see this as proof that the DiMeras tried to rewrite her marriage, steal her place, and decide her future without her consent. That kind of insult is exactly the kind of thing Gabby does not forgive. She may choose the will reading because it gives her the one thing the DiMeras would hate most, an audience. EJ cannot easily shut her down if Tony, Anna, Chad, Theo, and others are there to hear the accusation. The room itself becomes leverage. But that leverage comes with danger. The DiMeras will not accept her claim quietly. EJ may attack the timing. Someone else may question the documents. Others may accuse Gabby of using Stefan's memory to chase money or power. They may try to make her look desperate, opportunistic, or unstable. But Gabby is not walking in blind. If she makes this move, she likely believes she has enough to back it up, or at least enough to force the family to respond. And once she says out loud that she has a rightful place in Stefan's legacy, the DiMeras may not be able to push her back outside the gates so easily. That is what makes this bold claim so dangerous. Gabby may enter the room as a problem. She could leave it as a legal threat. While EJ tries to control the gathering and Gabby prepares to shake it, Chad steps into a quieter but important role with Theo. Theo is carrying more pressure than most people may realize. As executor, he is expected to guide Stefano's will reading with composure. He has to stand in front of powerful personalities, manage a tense room, and deliver instructions connected to one of Salem's most complicated legacies. That would be difficult under normal circumstances. But nothing about this situation is normal. Stefano's name carries weight. It brings power, fear, loyalty, resentment, and old trauma into the same space. Everyone in that room may want something different. EJ may want order. Gabby may want recognition. Tony and Anna may want answers. Kristen may want to avoid attention. And Theo may be stuck trying to hold the structure together while everyone else is ready to react. Chad's reassurance may help because Theo needs someone who sees the person behind the responsibility. Chad may remind him that he does not have to control everyone's emotions. He only has to do his part, stay focused, and trust himself. But even Chad's calm may not remove the pressure. Theo's mother's return is already stirring complicated feelings, and now he has to balance that personal emotion with public duty. He may be happy, unsettled, nervous, and overwhelmed at the same time. That emotional tension could make the will reading feel even heavier. And if Gabby interrupts with her bold claim, Theo may be forced into exactly the kind of conflict he was hoping to avoid. That is why Chad's support matters, but it may not be enough to protect him from the storm. Theo can be prepared, he can be responsible, he can try to keep the reading on track. But he cannot control Stefano's final surprises. And he certainly cannot control what the living Demaras decide to do with them. Away from the Demara will drama, Kristen and Marlena's run-in over Rachel could become one of Friday's most revealing confrontations. On the surface, this is about access to Rachel at Bayview. Brady has restored Marlena's visiting privileges, and Kristen is not going to take that lightly. To Kristen, this may feel like another decision made around her instead of with her. She may see Marlena's presence as interference, not support. But the real issue is control. Kristen is already under pressure from too many directions. EJ is suspicious of her connection to Sophia. Sophia's death may be haunting her, even if she refuses to show it. Brady's decision has challenged her authority as Rachel's mother. And Marlena, of all people, represents someone Kristen cannot easily manipulate or intimidate. That combination could make Kristen feel cornered. She may lash out by accusing Marlena of overstepping. She may insist that Rachel is her daughter and that nobody has the right to question her choices. But Marlena knows Kristen too well to be pulled into the emotional performance. She has seen how Kristen can turn fear into possessiveness and how quickly protecting Rachel can become controlling Rachel. That is what makes Marlena dangerous in this scene. She does not need to shout. She does not need to threaten. A calm, clinical observation from Marlena could cut deeper than an open attack, because Kristen may hear it as judgment, not just of her actions, but of her motherhood. And Rachel is Kristen's most vulnerable spot. When Kristen feels judged as a mother, she becomes defensive fast. If Marlena suggests that Rachel needs stability, not conflict, Kristen may take it as a direct insult. And because Kristen is already carrying secrets, suspicion, and guilt, even a small push could make her reaction bigger than the moment itself. This clash may not expose what Kristen has done, but it may expose how close she is to losing control. Friday also brings a different kind of complication when Leo offers to cover for Kat. At first, this may sound like a lighter beat compared to Stefano's will reading or Kristen's fight with Marlena. But in Salem, a cover story is rarely just a cover story. It usually means someone has something to hide, or at least something they are not ready to explain. That makes Kat's situation interesting. Why does she need Leo's help? Is she hiding time spent with Chad? Is she trying to keep their connection casual in public while privately feeling it become more complicated? Or is there another reason she does not want people asking where she has been and what she is doing? Leo may step in with confidence, but that does not automatically make things safer. He can be loyal, quick-thinking, and surprisingly perceptive. He may sense that Kat is trying to avoid attention, and he may enjoy the chance to play protector, fixer, or secret keeper. But Leo also has a habit of making situations louder than they need to be. His version of help can draw eyes exactly where someone wanted silence. That is the risk for Kat. A small lie may solve one immediate problem, but it can create 3 new questions. If Leo improvises too much, gives details that do not match Kat's story, or looks too eager to cover, the wrong person could start wondering what is really going on. And if Chad is part of the secret, the stakes become more personal. Kat and Chad may be trying to keep things light, but needing a cover suggests the connection is no longer as simple as they claim. Maybe they are not ready for public questions. Maybe Kat does not want to be pulled into Chad's Demera storm. Or maybe both of them are trying to hide feelings that are already becoming harder to deny. Leo may think he is protecting Kat, but his cover could accidentally prove there is something worth uncovering. So Friday, May 8th looks like the episode where the week's tension finally gathers in one place. EJ prepares for Stefano's will reading, but control may already be slipping. Gabby makes a bold claim that could challenge her place in Stefan's legacy and threaten the Demera family's plans. Chad tries to reassure Theo, even though Theo may be standing in the most unstable room in Salem. Kristen clashes with Marlena over Rachel, exposing how desperate she is to keep control. And Leo offers to cover for Kat, raising new questions about what she is trying to hide. The biggest question now is this: will Stefano's will reading reveal his final wishes, or will Gabby's claim turn the entire event into a Demera war zone? Which storyline are you watching most closely on Friday? Gabby's bold claim, EJ's preparation, Kristen and Marlena's clash, or Leo covering for Kat? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more days of our live spoilers and updates.